number 13, Will Olson. And a 6'4" junior, number 33, Darius Webb. The assistant coaches, Craig Wilson and Adam Heiberger and Stan Webb, and the head coach, Andy Lansbury. And now, starting for your Gateway Gators, a 5'10" senior, number 0, Nehemiah Nichols. A 5'11" senior, number 4, Jax Boveris. A 6'4" senior, number 11, Isaiah Allah. A 6'1" senior, number 13, Chris Settles. And a 6'7" senior, number 12, Mikael Cruz McCollum. The assistant coaches of the Gators are Ed Kelly, Kirk Bruce, and Chaz McCollum. And the head coach of the Gators, Greg Benson.
Welcome, folks. Playoff basketball tonight here at Gateway High School, Monroeville, Pennsylvania, here on NFHS. Brought to you by our talented crew at GatewayGatorProductions.com. I'm Vince Russo. On behalf of our talented crew led by Adam Gusky, Lee Schaefer Jr., and Lee Schaefer III. All roads have led to this, the postseason. 2 teams enter, 1 team will advance past tonight. Both teams with ambitions of getting all the way to the Pete. The Peterson Event Center down in Oakland on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh, where the finals will be played for 5A basketball. A 16-team tournament. This the 5-12 matchup between the Gators and the Little Indians of Indiana. Gators in their home white uniforms with gold numbers and black and gold trim. Indiana in the black uniforms, red numerals and red and white trim. Opening tip handled by the Gators. And we're off and running here at Gateway High School. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight in what should be an excellent matchup between 2 talented teams. And in a minute, we'll talk about 2 talented individuals that lead these teams. For the Gators, it's that man right there, Mikel Bruce McCrommon, whose first shot is well short. And the Indiana crowd and their student section, which made the lengthy drive from Indiana County down here to Allegheny County for this matchup. Letting Bruce McCrommon know that he was a little short on that one. So Indiana now with the chance to strike first, but it's thrown away. They were looking for their star player, Aaron Webb, who recently scored a season-high and career-high 49 points and a playoff spot clinching win over the Plum Mustangs. The Little Indians enter this game at 13-8 on the season, 7-5 in their section. The Gators, section champs in Section 1 5A with a 12-2 mark, 15-7 overall. A team that started 4-4 on the season and has played incredibly well down the stretch, 11-3. Gators certainly the favorites tonight. They came up on the wrong end of this game last season as the 12 seed. They traveled to Moon High School, lost a single-digit affair to the Tigers, who are also back in the postseason in what is a loaded 5A. Gators hoping to stand out amongst their peers and make a deep run. Little Indians hoping to pull the upset here tonight. Bruce McCrommon up with the left, finishes with the right, and he's on the board. As the Gators the first to draw blood in this one. Inside, tough take, not able to get that one to go. Had to adjust was Darius Webb, Aaron Webb's brother. Well, we got a foul on the baseline, which negates what was a good jumper there by Chris Settles. The foul is on 10, Drew Brocious. So That foul going to be called on Drew Brocious. That is the second foul called already on Indiana. Brocious has one. Will Olson has been called for a foul as well. Another baseline jumper from Settles, but he can't get this one to go, so the foul ends up saving 2 points for Indiana. Back inside to Webb. Bit of a size advantage. Now McCrommon matched up on Aaron Webb, who's able to use the screen to create just a little bit of space, and that one lips out. Indiana still searching for their first points in this one. 2 minutes and 10 seconds in. Good look underneath, and that one dribbles in and out. Ball loose, and the Indians come up with it. Good pace to start this one. Both teams sort of feeling each other out here in the early going. Good recovery there on the initial switch, and the ball's come up with by number 11, Isaiah Allah, who's able to get it to his teammates in transition, and Jax Riveras a bit strong on the right. And the younger brother, Darius Webb, able to clear the boards. Baseline drive, good recovery defense by Jax Riveras. And the Indians got to reset here. Quick look from three, Webb is good. A little contact at the end of that, no call. As he swishes the three. Indiana on the board and in the lead for the first time tonight. And Bruce McCrommon has it stolen away. 2-on-2, and a nice take underneath, and laid up and in by Ty Allison. Quick 5-0 run for the Indians. Gators looking to respond. Ferris had the ball stripped away. Nichols, a tough take inside. He's going to get the harm on the way in, so he'll head to the free throw line. Take another look. See, is that a reach in on Webb? No, they're going to give that to Drew Brocious.
2 shots.
So that'll be the second foul on Brocious. See if he heads to the bench. Indiana does have a sub set to come in, as Nehemiah Nichols heads to the line in the starting 5 in the place of Kovacic, who normally plays. Not in the lineup tonight for the Gators. Nichols short on the first of 2 as this Indiana student section providing the most noise here in the early going. Gator student section noticeably quiet and seated. Both free throws off the mark. Aaron Webb clears the boards. Webb at 6'8". Certainly able to go up and high point the ball. He had a double-double earlier in the season of 22 and 15. 22 points, 15 boards. Well, his younger brother at the other end, Darius, going to walk with the ball there. You'll see the travel. Picked up that pivot foot on the way to the bucket. So the Gators still down by 3 with an opportunity to tie or get within 1. Midway through quarter number 1 here on NFHS. Step back 3, in and out. Strong offensive board. Contact underneath. Surprised there was no call as Allah able to come up with the board, but got a nice little push in the back there. Break for Indiana as they come back the other way. Now McCrommon able to take it away from Webb, and he throws it down. Bruce McCrommon not afraid of these big moments or these matchups against other star players in the WPIAL. Went toe-to-toe with Josh Platt for Lincoln Park. Leopards did get the win in that one, but Bruce McCrommon's stats were right there in line with the talented Pratt, who's formerly of Aliquippa and headed to Columbia next year.
Media timeout.
Bruce McCrommon, meanwhile, has an offer from Iona, and there's some folks from some schools in the building here, Robert Morris notably. They have been linked to some interest with Bruce McCrommon, who's getting himself a breather here at the media timeout. On the other side, Aaron Webb, talked about him. Talented guy, 22.5 points a game. At 49 in that win over Plum, and in 35 in a win over Shaler. All coming down the stretch here. That gave him over 1,000 points as a junior, as you see the strip away there. And there, the big time play, the big finish. McCrommon, so good above the rim. Able to throw it down. Clock is stopped at 3:09 here in the first quarter. And a one-point game, low-scoring affair as these two teams sort of feel each other out. They've not played each other, but there are some common opponents. Both teams have played Latrobe. The Gators beat the Wildcats twice, once by 13, another time by 8. Indiana lost to the Wildcats early in the season by 14. Both teams played Hempfield as well. Indiana came out on top of the Spartans 66-63, while the Gators fell 53-60. Indiana was scheduled to play Deer Lakes, but did not. That game was postponed. The Gators did get the Lancers here at home in a game that they won. Darius Webb off the inbound with a quick layup. And the lead back up to 3 for Indiana here in the first quarter. Open look from 3 for Jax Viveris, and that is all him. That's his game. And he makes the Indians pay, and now pressure the other way, taken away, and a nice feed. It was picked off by Nehemiah Nichols. He feeds it to who else but Mikkel Bruce McCrommon, who was a half a dozen in this opening quarter. Has 2/3 of the Gators' 9 points, and they're on top again by 2 as Aaron Webb the other way. So quick, so strong, so tall, able to get himself into the lane and to the free throw line. As Nichols, after the nice steal and assist at one end of the floor, called for the foul. First foul overall called on the Gators tonight. First personal foul for Nichols as Webb comes up empty at the free throw line.
In for the Gators, along with Jonathan Ward.
Jonathan Ward into the lineup for the Gators, as well as number 10, Martin Howard. Nothing too different there. Those are normally the first 2 guys off the bench for the Gators. We're able to get the rebound as neither free throw good. Both teams 0 for 2 here. Good ball movement by the Gators, and it's Jax Viveris again. Oh, and it is swatted away by Webb. Used every bit of that wingspan at 6'8", and that took this from some great ball movement, an open-looking 3. You look at Viveris coming down the baseline, but then you see closing fast was Webb, and he was able to swat that one out of harm's way. Gators will keep the ball. Viveris thought about the shot there as the Indians move into a zone for the first time tonight, throwing a different look at the Gators here the final few minutes of the first quarter with the Gators up by a pair. Good ball movement. Howard thought about the shot, had it baseline. And a turnover. Pass just a bit far out of the reach of Bruce McCrommon, and that's his second turnover here in the early going. Get it back into Webb's hands. An open 3, that one off the mark. First shot of the evening from Will Olson, who does some damage from the perimeter, is one of their scoring options. They're going to call a tipped ball. So the possession will stay with the Gators after that ball dribbles out of bounds. Nehemiah Nichols heads to the bench. Viveris baseline floater. Tip up and no good by Bruce McCrommon, and the Indians able to clear it. Approaching the final minute of play here in the first quarter. Another open look from 3 for the Indians. That one is good. Jace Brocious knocks it down. Bruce McCrommon, his quick jumper, in and out, no good. So the Indians back on top here with 41 to play and the ball. Foul called. Martin Howard thought he had a steal there. It's going to be called for a reach in. That'll be the first foul on Howard.
Gator foul, number 10, Martin Howard.
Just the second team foul on the Gators, 3 on Indiana. Both teams have played a pretty clean first quarter. Neither one looks to get into the bonus here in the opening frame. Good ball movement. Another open look from 3. That one hit every part of the rim and wouldn't go. Gators catch a break there. That was a good look from the corner. Now Gators with 9 seconds left. Can they get a good look to try and take a lead into quarter number 2? Viveris with it with 2 seconds left, pulls the trigger, that one in and out. So that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 1. Not a lot of points on the board, but an entertaining first quarter. Up and down the floor we went. Take a look. Some open looks that didn't go. Will these teams heat up in quarter number 2? Or will it be more of this in and out? Both teams certainly had their share of good looks that didn't go. We'll take a quick break here with the commentary and step aside, let you take in the sights and sounds of playoff basketball here on NFHS. Minutes put back on the clock. We're ready for quarter number 2 here on NFHS. Thank you everyone for tuning in. An entertaining first quarter. Saw the Gators climb to an early lead, fell behind, pulled back ahead, and then a 3 toward the end of the quarter put Indiana in front. And that's going to be our score after 1, 10-9. A blocking foul called just seconds into quarter number 2 here. Chris Settles, the guilty culprit. His first. Gators' first team foul of the second quarter. Bruce McCrommon led all scorers with 6 points in the first quarter. Jax Riveras knocked down a 3 that completed the Gators scoring as another tough jumper by Aaron Webb, who now has 5 points in this one. Jace Brocious knocked down a 3, and then Ty Allison and Darius Webb each with a pair. That's how we've got to this point. 12-9, a 3-point lead for Indiana. Up and under move and a blocking foul called underneath. Just getting in a little too close for comfort there was Ty Allison.
The ball was on 0 of Indiana. Ty Allison.
That'll be the first foul on Allison. Indians staying in this zone defense here. Settles, drives, that floater well off the mark, misses everything. Isaiah Allah tries to track it down before it goes out of bounds. It'll be Indians' ball here. Take another look. Gators trying to get back into things defensively here, and that's, yes, either going to be a charge or a travel. They decide to call the latter. So Gators get the ball back here looking for their first points here in the second quarter. Still a one-possession game. Bruce McCrommon creates a little bit of space. His jumper hits the front iron. Indians have done a good job. One and done. As an awkward looking shot. Up and good there by Will Olson. And it's now a 7-0 run for the Indians, dating back to the last few minutes of the first quarter. Vern Benson, he's seen enough. He calls the Gators' first time out. They'll talk things over here 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Thank you for supporting Gateway Basketball.
Well, Olson just knocked down that jumper at 17 points in an overtime win over Highlands. He can fill up the bucket as well. Let's talk a little bit more, though, about Aaron Webb, the go-to guy for Indiana. We talked about some of his stats in the first quarter. Averaging 22.5 points per game, has a season-high 49 points. Just past the 1,000-point mark as a junior. Webb's got scholarship offers from Penn State, Virginia Tech, LaSalle over on the eastern side of the state, James Madison, and Pepperdine. So a smattering of Division I offerings across the country for the talented junior, Aaron Webb. He's got 5 points thus far in this one. Gators star player Mikel Bruce McCrommon there on the bottom of your screen, number 12, calling for the ball. He's got 5 in this one, or 6 in this one so far, excuse me. And an offer to Iona to boot. Bruce McCrommon, one of 7 seniors on this Gators squad, looking to extend their careers in a Gators uniform. Find themselves down 5 here in the second. For Veras, an open look from 3. 2 for 2 when he's open. And one knocked away, blocked by Webb, who's got the ball in his hands now. And a travel call. There were a lot of arms on that one. I think the Gators might have gotten away with one there. We'll take another look. Couple hands in there close by Nehemiah Nichols, but you be the judge at home. Was that a good no call? Gators certainly catch the break there. Jonathan Ward set to come in. Now we're going to get an officials conference here at midcourt as Nichols will take a seat. Jonathan Ward back into the contest. And I think they're going to reverse the call here. I don't know that I have ever seen this. So they're going to go from a travel to what I would assume would be a foul call. And it is. It's going to be a foul on the Gators. And I don't know how they can call that on Viveris when he was not in the play. So, maybe the right call, definitely the wrong player. Let's see here. Now this ball thrown away, and goodness gracious, I don't know that that was touched by the Gators. So the Indians, you would think it'd be home cooking, but no, it's the road team. Getting a couple calls here in the early going. Can they take advantage, though? No. Heads up play by the Gators, and now this one is getting called incredibly close, and I don't know that anyone likes to see that. It's a foul called well away from the ball. That one is going to be on Jace Brocious. That's his first. Both teams now with 2 team fouls. I get reviewing it and I get overturning the call, but you're going to take all that time and then call it on a player who wasn't even in the vicinity of the play, it just seems like a pretty obvious miss in a crucial game here for these two teams in the postseason. Jonathan Ward retreats to corral this one. The Gators go back to work, looking to tie or take the lead here. Cromman thought about the corner three. Viveris does a good job. The extra pass. And the layup up and good for Isaiah Allah. His first points. The hoop and the harm. He'll have a chance at three the old-fashioned way after this nifty pass from Jax Viveris. And too late getting over was Ty Allison. That's going to be the second on Allison. So Allah will look to knock down the first free throw for the Gators tonight and put the Gators back in front here. Gets it to go. Allah so consistent. Vern Benson calls him the silent assassin. Always seems to be in the mix, making plays. Right there. No different. He was ready for that pass from Viveris. Finished with the contact. The Gators, at least for the moment, back in front. Although here, some nice tic-tac-toe passing. But great defense by Jonathan Ward to get back in the play. Altered the shot. And now it's Bruce McCrommon in transition. Steps back. Jumper's good. Here come the Gators. Bruce McCrommon's first points in the second quarter. He's got 8. And what was the call there? A timeout by Indiana. And they called that at the perfect moment because they were trapped with nothing going for them there. As we take another look at the transition bucket by Bruce McCrommon. Gators back in front by 3. And after a 7-0 run for the Indians that made it 14-9, it's been an 8-0 run for the Gators. So a game of runs overall. The clock stops with 4:09 left before the halftime break. We do have media timeouts in this one, so the next stoppage we get that is below the 4-minute mark will be an elongated timeout for the two teams. We'll have a break at halftime, generally about 10 minutes before we return with the second half of action here and a win or go home situation. Right now sees the 5 seed leading the 12 seed by 3. Gators bringing pressure right at half court. They'll lead to an open look from 3, and the Indians knock it down. Strong shooting from the perimeter, and Drew Brocious able to knock down another triple for the Indians. That is their third here in the early going of this game. Jax Viveris has a pair of triples for the Gators as a travel is called the other way. So the Indians will have a chance to go ahead here if they can knock down a bucket the other way. And that'll be our media timeout. I'm going to catch my breath, and again, we'll allow you to take in the atmosphere here at Gateway High School and what has been a great game to start here, all tied up at 17 between Indiana and Gateway. Seconds away from jumping back into game action here. 3:39 on the clock until we hit halftime. Nothing decided thus far. This is a stalemate. 17 all. Indiana's ball with the whole length of the floor to go. After the timeout called after the Gators nearly took it away on the last possession. Olsen thought about the drive, instead decided to reset things back toward half court. Viveris, hand in the passing lane. He goes up strong, lays it in. Absorbs the contact, no call there. And the Gators back in front. Viveris now up to 8 points. He matches Mikkel Bruce McCrommon, the two high scorers for either team. Aaron Webb has 5. It's been a pretty quiet evening for him thus far. It's a tough take inside by Olsen. A little flex at the end by him. Bruce McCrommon open from 3. He can't get that one to go. Ball still loose, tipped by Aaron Webb, and they'll get it right back to him. Up and down the floor we go. Webb inside with the left. Strong defense from McCrommon. And then he gets a contact after as he got a couple Gators up off their feet. Though the crowd didn't like how late the whistle came in. That's a good call. There was some contact there. Allah will pick up the foul. Bruce McCrommon looks a little shaken up after that play. Maybe that right arm. Or maybe contact elsewhere, which is never comfortable. It doesn't look like it's going to keep him from continuing on in this one as Webb knocks down the first free throw of the night made for the Indians. Webb gets them both. He's now 2 for 4 in this one, and back on top go the Indians in a back and forth game. Indians have settled back into man defense. Viveris able to get the foul call. That one's going to be against Maddox.
Indiana foul number
Savagin.
22, Maddox Savagin. Gator ball.
So Savagin gets called for his first and some of his first minutes tonight. That's the 4th team foul on the Indians. Important to note, the next one will send the Gators into the bonus. So fouls the rest of the way will have the Gators shooting free throws. Viveris looking for another triple here. That one's off the mark. They're going to call foul underneath. That's going to be on Allah, his second in as many minutes. And so Allah will head to the bench.
Number 11, Isaiah Allah.
Khalid Harper now in for the Gators, logging his first minutes tonight. More full court pressure from the Gators. Ball's loose. Great rebound by Howard. Able to save that one. It's tipped away. They'll stay with the Gators. Heady defensive play there by the Indians around midcourt. Just take a look at this rebound. Good positioning by Howard and sticks with it. Gets it to Harper. Has that ball poked away. Gators will set up shop offensively here with under 90 seconds to play in the first half. Looking to tie or go ahead here. That ball tipped away. Bruce McCrommon, and one. With Webb all up in his grill, able to finish. And the foul as well. There were a couple times it looked like the arm might have got some contact at the end. That time they'll blow the whistle. And Bruce McCrommon into double figures now with 10 and a chance to add one more at the line. Bruce McCrommon's first free throw of the evening, up and good. So he'll make it 11 to lead all scorers for Bruce McCrommon. Ball chipped away momentarily, but Olsen comes back up with it for the Indians. It's going to be a feed to the corner, another open three. That one off the mark. And Bruce McCrommon comes down with it, and the foul's going to be called on Olsen. And my, oh my, are they really calling this game tight. Take a look here on the rebound. See Olsen come in. Well, he did get a hand up there around the face of Bruce McCrommon, so can't defend Olsen on that one. That's a good call. It's going to be the second foul on Olsen. Again, the Gators are in the bonus, so every foul will be 2 free throws. Gators have no fouls to give. They're at 4 team fouls. The next foul on the Gators will send Indiana into the bonus, where they will have the same situation. Bruce McCrommon gets them both to go. Baker's dozen now for him in this contest. He has 13 of the Gators' 24. Him and Viveris have 21 of the Gators' 24. Been a two-headed attack on offense. Much more balanced for the Indians, though they trail by 3, and it looks like they'll be content to hold for the last possession here. Bruce McCrommon up on Olsen. See if he gets aggressive. He is pretty good at taking the ball away. They'll get it to Webb, and Gators will make the switch. It's McCrommon on Webb. Mano y mano, 2 best players on the court. Olsen loses the handle. 12 seconds left now. Screen left. McCrommon on the floor. Ball loose. Held ball. Gators possession. Indiana did all that work, only to cough it up with a few seconds left. Martin Howard, all kinds of fired up on the floor. Now the Gateway fans letting everyone hear it here. You can sense a little tension from the Gators fans. This game's been tooth and nail. But a nice play there by the Gators, and Bruce McCrommon with it with 4 seconds left. Open look, Chris settles, no good. But a good look nonetheless, in a very entertaining first quarter. It sees the first half, it sees the Gators put up 15 second quarter points, just 11 for Indiana, after a 10-9 advantage in the first for the Indians. And so that's where we'll leave it, folks. Bruce McCrommon with 13 to lead all scorers. Aaron Webb with 7 for the Indians. We'll head to the halftime break with the Gators ahead by 3 in this 5-12 matchup on NFH Network. Be back in about 9.5 minutes here. Don't go too far. Welcome back, everyone. 1 minute until we resume the second half here on NFHS. What a first half. 24-21, Gators out in front over the Indiana Indians, who held a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter. It was a game that was back and forth. Gators able to get a couple key stops. Bruce McCrommon leading the way with 13 points overall, and that has propelled the Gators to this first half advantage. This game far from over as we put 8 minutes back on the clock for quarter number 3. Gators student section. Look at that, ESPN's in the house. Always fun to see the different themes that the student sections come up with. Indiana, credit to them, they've brought their own student section, and it has been loud. Great crowd on hand for this playoff matchup. Gators got a tie up toward the end of the half, so the possession arrow flips back to the Indians. They'll start with the ball here as quarter 3 is underway. Thanks everyone for joining. Vince Russo on the call for this Gateway Gator Productions.com crew that's bringing you the action here live on NFHS. This game will be archived on YouTube. Make sure to check out GatewayGatorProductions.com for the scoop on all that. 3-point shot up and good to start the second half, and Drew Brocious knocked one down in the second, has another in the third. 6 points for him off a couple of trays. back to the drawing board go the Gators in a game that is instantaneously tied back up. Viveris, the floater, too strong. Ball still loose. Gators come up with the rebound, and Webb with the 6'8" wingspan able to tie that up. And now a foul called.
Gator foul, number 0, Nehemiah
It's going to be on Nehemiah Nichols. Let's take a look at the battle for the ball underneath. Allah came up with it, but then threw it right into the outstretched arms of Aaron Webb. A matchup problem for just about anyone on the court, other than Mikkel Bruce McCrommon, who's been on him for most of the night and has held Webb 7 points in the first half. Another good look from 3. Off the mark, McCrommon clears the boards. Talk about Aaron Webb, who's had games of 49 and 35 over the past month. There's an open look from 3 for McCrommon. Mikkel Bruce McCrommon picking up right where he left off in that first half. Good from 3. So back and forth. The Indians knock one down. Same thing at the other end. Ball still loose. Indians come up with the offensive board. Good job by Chris Settles battling through it. Now it's Webb. He knocks down the triple.
3 points, Aaron Webb.
So Aaron Webb now into double figures. And the seesaw battle continues. Boy, has this been an entertaining game. Yeah, up to this point, honestly feels like the kind of game where the last team with the ball going to have a shot to win this thing. For Settles, drive inside, layup short, and put back. Isaiah Allah always seems to be there when it matters most. A big couple of points there on the putback layup. Indians have gotten better as the game has gone on at getting through that press from the Gators. Baseline drive, dribble picked up, looking for help there. Now Olsen's got a clear shot to the basket, a high arching floater. Off the mark, but another offensive rebound and a corner 3 in and out, and a foul underneath. Shot will not count.
Gator foul, number 11.
Take another look at that tough 3. Mikkel Bruce McCrommon right in his grill.
Martin Howard
Isaiah Allah
is in for the Gators.
again in foul trouble for the Gators. Their only player that has found themselves in that situation. As a quick turnover. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Indiana foul, number 33, Darius Webb.
Darius Webb, Aaron Webb's younger brother, who has been held to just a pair of points in this one. Well, Gators have held the leading scorers for Indiana decently well in check. It's been the complementary scoring, to Indiana's credit, that has kept them in this game and at times has helped them pull ahead. Nehemiah Nichols thought about the shot. Gets it to Howard. Viveris now open from 3. That's his game. 3rd triple of the night for Viveris. Both teams have shot well from the perimeter, and now the Gators just the slightest bit of breathing room. 5 points, their largest lead in a little while. And now it's taken away by Nichols. One-on-one the other way. Nichols takes it inside. Coast to coast. His first points and a timeout going to be called. Gators with 10 points already in this 3rd quarter. A 10-6 advantage, including the last 7 points. Nehemiah Nichols, the takeaway, able to go strong with the right finishes. The Gators find themselves at their largest lead of the evening, largest lead for either team on the evening, as they're ahead by 7.
6. That's 6-9-4. 8-2-6 brings the court
And if the supporting cast around Varus and Mikkel Bruce McCrommon can just add a little bit more in this one, you have to wonder if Indiana has the horses to keep up. Varus and Bruce McCrommon with 27 of the Gators' 34. Webb with a good look there. He felt that was tipped. He won't get the call. Arguing much the same is the head man for Indiana, Andy Lansbury, in his first season in charge of Indiana. Bruce McCrommon, baseline, up strong, will not be denied. 18 points for Bruce McCrommon, who averages north of 20 on the season. Having himself a game, especially in this third quarter. Three-point shot, lips out. Darius Webb can't get the putback to go. Aaron Webb grabs it, retreats to the three-point line. His shot's blocked by Martin Howard, and my goodness. Let's see if we can get that on replay after we take a look at Bruce McCrommon's layup.
Gator foul number 10, Martin Howard.
My, oh my. I'm not so sure about that one. You be the judge here at home, folks. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. That looked like all ball to me, folks. That's tough. Well, it's been that way. Really, it feels like both ways. There's too many whistles, especially in a playoff game.
Media timeout.
So the clock will stop at 3:21. So we have ourselves a media timeout. Gators cheer squad bringing the energy in this one. Gators up by 8. Second free throw upcoming here for Aaron Webb, who knocked down the first. 11 points in the contest for Webb, who's taken all the free throws. This will be free throw number 6 coming up for Webb. He's knocked down 3 of 5 up to this point. Gets them both. Indians back within 7. Block inside. Aaron Webb, again, that wingspan causing problems. Olsen spins, finishes. Nice take inside for Will Olsen. Now has a half a dozen for Indiana. 2.5 to play here in the third quarter. Big feed inside to Howard. And he throws it away. Turnover by the Gators, and as quickly as they have built a lead, they are letting Indiana have the opportunity to get right back into this one. Is Vern Benson going to call a timeout with 2:24? While we have a second, let's take a look at standings that led us to this point. The Gators, the Kings of Section 1 this season, by 3 games. Their 2 losses to Franklin Regional And on the other side, a McKeesport loss late in the season in a really odd game that we covered just a week ago. And Section 2, here's how things shook out. Indiana captured that fourth and final bid, tied with the Hampton Talbots. 13-8 on the season, landed Indiana the 12th seed in this tournament. They qualified for the postseason last year, lost a preliminary round game, did not make it to the round of 16, so already a step forward this year for Indiana. Can they pull the upset? There's another steal by Mikkel Bruce McCrommon with a full head of steam, left it for Viveris. And another whistle. Over the back call on Mikkel Bruce McCrommon. Webb open from three. Knocks it down. Webb coming alive here in quarter number 3. 8 points, up to 15 overall. Now just a 2-point game. And again, thrown away. Gators are falling apart here as Isaiah Allah gets set to check back in along with Chris Settles. Martin Howard, Jonathan Ward back to the bench. And Indiana now, after being down more than 8 points just a couple minutes ago, with an opportunity to tie or take the lead here on this possession. Bruce McCrommon nearly came up with another steal on Webb. Give and go. Ball's loose. Viveris on the floor. Great defense, but now it's thrown away again. Gators have been their own worst enemy here, and now do they slow it down or keep pushing? Here they come. Settles nearly had it stripped away again. Instead, regathers, finishes. This game has everyone here on the edge of their seat as Chris Settles knocks down a tough jumper to build that lead back up to 4. Less than a minute to play here in the third quarter. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Indiana. Settles nearly had it stripped away. Able to just get the bounce on that one. Doesn't have to be pretty as long as it goes in. Open look for Olsen. Nifty take there at the rim. Brings Indiana back within a pair. 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Settles, drives, picks up the dribble, needs help, goes underneath to Nichols, back to Allah. Nice touch inside for Isaiah Allah. Now a heave-ho to end the quarter, no good.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Gators led by as many as 8. That's been cut in half.
Indians 36.
16 points for the Gators. Their offensive totals continue to climb by the quarter. They give up 15 to Indiana. So the Gators have been inching forward every quarter, down 1 after 1, up 3 after 2, up 4 after 3. Can they bring it home in a game where Indiana has given them all they can handle up to this point? Bruce McCrommon with 18. He continued his strong performance with 5 points in the third quarter. But not to be outdone, Aaron Webb had 8. Over doubled his scoring output. Had 7 in the first half, 8 in the third quarter, 15 overall. He leads The Indians also in double figures. Jax Viveris with 11 points for the Gators. And getting close to it with 8 points is Will Olson, with all of his points coming between the second and third quarters. Gonna need more of him here in the fourth. Gators will start with the ball here in quarter number 4 after getting the last points in quarter number 3. Settles an open look from 3. Hits the front iron. Viveris, a strong board. Settles another open look. Can't get that to go. And the Indians clear it after a couple good looks by the Gators. Olson with the board. Nichols read that perfectly. Bruce McCrommon threw a little bit of contact, going to leave it off here, and the Gators will reset. Allah thought about it. Step out of bounds. Chris Settles will turn it back over. Turnovers have been a real issue for the Gators tonight. Oh, nearly taken away. Viveris read that perfectly. Just couldn't come up with it. The Indians catch a break there. They'll maintain possession. Nearly thrown away on the inbound. Webb on Bruce McCrommon.
Gator foul, number 12, Bruce McCrommon.
And I'm sorry, folks, in a playoff basketball game, calling it that tightly, that little contact just feels like a disservice to all these players as Aaron Webb takes advantage, steps back, and pulls the Indians back within 1. Settles, another good look. Again, he gets that one to rattle home. Response at the other end for Settles. Gives the Gators their first points in what might be the final frame. Ball stays with the Indians. Couldn't quite tell if Darius Webb had touched that or not. He pulled the hands back to indicate that he didn't. The Indians will maintain possession, and Webb, the heat check, well off the mark, but Darius Webb lays it up and in. Hooping the harm. Now he's got a chance to add one more at the free throw line. Will be the first person to shoot a free throw tonight for Indiana, not named Aaron Webb. Big free throw upcoming for Big 33, and he gets it to go. First points for Darius Webb since the opening quarter. And again, we find ourselves tied in this game, 42-all. Indians are 5 of 7 from the free throw line in this contest. Settles picks up his dribble, needs help. Bruce McCrommon snatches that one out of the hands of his own teammate. He wants it. Viveris open look, a little bit strong. Gators come up with a board. It's Nichols. Long 2 for Settles. Ball's off the mark. Gators can't get it to go. Now the Indians with a chance to take the lead. Going in strong with the left.
Gator foul, number 12, Bruce McCrommon.
And another really ticky-tack foul called. That's going to be the third on Bruce McCrommon.
Timeout, Gators. High score. Fasten your seatbelts.
So the inbound play upcoming for Indiana after the timeout here. As we take another look. Clock stops at 5.5. Gateway coaching staff certainly with a few words for this officiating crew. Fouls in this fourth quarter, 3 on Gateway, none on Indiana. Aaron Webb now matching Mikkel Bruce McCrommon, both with 18 to lead their respective clubs. I mean, this is all you could have asked for from two of the best players in the district in a postseason game, winner take all. Both guys leading their teams, both in scoring output and leadership on the court. We've got 5 minutes and 31 seconds to see if we can determine a winner here if we're going to need extra time. Indians ball under their own hoop, offensive hoop. Gators switch to a zone here, throwing a little bit of a different look at Indiana. The Indians in no rush whatsoever. Taking their time. And another foul. Looked like a bit of a forearm there right into the abdomen section of Aaron Webb. So he's going to get a chance to get in rhythm at the free throw line.
3 shots, Aaron Webb.
Webb can't get the first. Missed his first 2 from the free throw line tonight, so his 3rd miss overall. Lands in at 4 for 7 thus far. So he gets a second one to go. Indiana back out in front. And Webb, if he can knock this one down on the doorstep. 20-point night for the Indian star player. Makes it a 2-point lead for the visiting Indians. 12 seed looking for the upset over the 5. They have done all the work up to this point. Can they hang on? Or can the Gators find the offensive rhythm to try and get back in front? Mikkel Bruce McCrommon can't get it to go from 3. Martin Howard a strong board. Veras thought about the triple. Drives baseline. Good passing, gets it back to Veras, but good recovery there by Darius Webb. Now at the 4:18 mark, Indiana called for their first foul of the fourth quarter.
Indiana foul, number 0, Ty Allison.
A timeout going to be called here by Indiana. Andy Lansbury wants to talk things over here with his team up 2 on the road as an underdog in the postseason. Reminder, we will have another media timeout. The first whistle underneath that 4-minute mark. This game moving right along. We started at 7. We had a 10-minute halftime break, but it's 8:10, and we are halfway through the fourth quarter. Couple tumble passes by the talented Gateway cheer squad. Student section has filled out nicely throughout the evening. A great crowd on hand overall. Not a whole lot of empty seats in here for this one. Take a look at that. Crowd on the far side of the gymnasium, and even some of the folks sitting right down in front of you. Really nice crowd on hand here for what has been an excellent basketball game up to this point. Gators on the brink of being upset. Need to find that extra level offensively. Nichols trying to bounce past that one, or bank that one in, couldn't get it to go, and then drawing the foul and heading to the free throw line will be Jackson Riveras. That's one of the guys you definitely want shooting. Riveras with 11 points.
2 shots.
9 of which coming beyond the arc. As you look, Martin Howard. Really strong board there offensively. Good job not going over the back, as Riveras can't get the first one to go. Second one goes, 1-point game. Gators just 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Not a ton of opportunities. That's something that Vern Benson, the head coach for the Gators, talked about. Would like to see his team get to the free throw line more often, as Aaron Webb throws it away. And who else but Mikkel Bruce McCrommon with it. Stops, pops, hit the rim, couldn't get that one to go from deep. It's a quick shot and a quick board. This ball loose again. It's Nichols. Can't get it to go, ball still loose. And Jonathan Ward gonna be fouled underneath. Looked like there was a bit of a grab on the wrist there. Take a look, Nichols too strong. Bruce McCrommon can't get it, and then a little bit of a hold there at the end.
Ty Allison.
That's gonna be the 4th foul on Ty Allison.
Media.
We will get that media timeout. Everyone breathe. 1-point game. 3.5 minutes left. Step aside here commentary-wise and allow you to continue to take in the sights and sounds of a nail-biting, barn-burning playoff basketball game here on NFHS Network. Both teams return to the floor. It'll be Gateway ball. Under Indiana's hoop here. Chance to get some points on the inbound. Jonathan Ward, wide open, nails it!
Jonathan Ward!
Talk about a time for your first bucket of the night off the bench, Jonathan Ward. Hook shot, too strong. Darius Webb can't get it to go. Now can the Gators put together a couple strong possessions in a row here. Try and expand this lead as we dip toward 3 minutes to play. How aggressive do the Gators get offensively? As Jackson Riveras lost the handle. Gets it back to Ward. Nickel inside, ball still loose. Aaron Webb able to go up and get that one. Webb the other way. Now in transition with the ball back in his hands. Strong help defense there from Martin Howard. Just going mano-a-mano with Darius Webb, who had that one circle in and out. Oh my, both teams with good looks that won't go. Just over 2 minutes to play. in a one-possession game. The Gators now playing a little keep away. Not in any major rush. Up by a pair. Viveris pulls up, had a good look, didn't have the right touch, and a timeout called right along the sidelines.
Indiana.
98 seconds to play. What does Indiana do here? Do they try to hold for the last possession? Shot clock not coming to basketball here in PA for another year or two. The Indians don't have to rush if they don't want to. However, Jax Riveras, Mikkel Bruce McCrom, and Nehemiah Nichols all have done a great job generating turnovers, intercepting passes, stealing the ball away. So not a time for the Indians to lose focus even for a hair, as the Gators will take that one away. In terms of foul trouble, the Indians with 4 fouls. Ty Allison. Otherwise, no player has more than 2. For the Gators, they got 2 guys on the floor with 3 fouls. And then Nehemiah Nichols and Mikkel Bruce McCrommon. They're going to keep that 5 on the floor that has played well down the stretch. Chris Settles, Jonathan Ward, Jax Riveras, Martin Howard, and Mikkel Bruce McCrommon. Nehemiah Nichols will wait to check back in for a well-deserved rest. Now it's 1 on 12. Aaron Webb, Mikkel Bruce McCrommon. Webb pushing his way, throws that one up. The putback, no good, but he is fouled. Such a tenacious rebounder, and you see a follow through there, and I think that foul will be called on Howard. As Webb, another big miss at the free throw line. That foul is on Martin Howard, an important distinction because that's just the 3rd foul on Howard. Would have been the 4th foul if they had called that on Bruce McCrommon. Totally think that's the right call. But there's a lot going on, a lot has happened tonight. There's Aaron Webb now with 21 to lead all scorers. But that last miss on the first free throw, a big one, as it makes it a 1-point game. And now for the Gators, how long do you wait here? Do you try and force them to foul? Indiana does have a foul to give before they put the Gators into the bonus. And Vern Benson, the head coach for the Gators, will take the timeout here. With 62 seconds left in a 1-point game. Indians have outscored the Gators here in this final frame 9-6. As scoring had started to heat up in that second and third quarters, we had just 19 combined points in the first quarter. Juxtapose that with the third quarter, we had 31 combined points. Now back down to a crawl. Both of these teams know what's at stake. Every single possession has been that much more hard fought in this one. A really great effort by both clubs in this one. Full credit to Andy Lansbury, his staff, his players, making the drive down. Indians started the season 9-3, finished 5-5, sort of limped to the finish, clinched a spot very late in the season to get into the dance, drew the 12 seed. The Gators started off the season 4-4, won 11 of their last 14. 12-2 to claim the section title. 15 wins in the regular season, the 5 seed. Looking to try and avoid losing in this game 2 years in a row. They'll get it in to Martin Howard. Howard to Viveris. Oh my, was that dangerous there. Right along the sideline, but they finally get it to the man they want to have the ball, Bruce McCrommon. And a foul. That was the foul to give for the Indians. Darius Webb going to get called for it. Fouls Martin Howard. It'll be an inbound play. The next foul against the Indians will send the Gators to the free throw line. We'll see how long they wait to pull the trigger on that foul. Certainly going to be looking for a steal here. They had Viveris on the inbound. Running out of time. They get it to Ward. Ward needs help. Nearly throws it away. Does. 3-on-1 the other way for Indiana. Alley-oop to Aaron Webb. Gators now need a bucket. Bruce McCrommon with the Indian draped all over him. Pulls back. 3. No good. 2-on-1 now for Indiana. Gators got a foul. They do. With 9.5 seconds left, Indiana's going to go to the free throw line with a chance to make this as much as a 3-point game. And if that's the bucket to win it, Aaron Webb doing it in dramatic fashion. However, that's a big miss from the free throw line because this will be, at most, a 2-point game. And so if the Gators can drive this ball the length of the floor and either get a good look inside or a trip to the free throw line, they'll have an opportunity to tie it.
We ask that you please stay off the court. Please stay off the court and play. Thank you for your cooperation.
Murmurs all throughout the crowd. Take another look. Both men finishing up above the rim. Bruce McCrommon with a flush earlier in the contest. Aaron Webb, does he get the last laugh? Gators looked heavily dejected after that foul with 9.5 left. Can they compartmentalize what's happened with the opportunity that's still in front of them to survive and advance? Will Olson standing, ready. Try and knock down this free throw. The Gators have to be ready to rebound if it's off the mark. Both Webb brothers have been just excellent on the boards tonight. You know they'll be crashing hard. And then who's got shooter? Jonathan Ward and Chris Settles. Will it matter? Can Olson knock this down? He does. And a timeout called by Indiana. 2-point game. Olson now with 9. Aaron Webb leads all scorers with 23. Bruce McCrommon is 18. But more importantly, he has not scored in this fourth quarter. None of that will matter if the Gators can find a way to get a bucket here. 2 points sends it to overtime. We'll play 4 extra minutes. 3-point shot. Put the Gators in the lead. The buzz is palpable in this room right now. You can hear the murmuring across the fans across this entire place. way, this will be a game for Gator fans to remember. Which one will it be? Will it be the agony of defeat, or a victory talked about for years and years to come? 7 seniors on this Gateway roster: Kofi Geechee, Chris Settles, Mikkel Bruce McCrommon, Nehemiah Nichols, Isaiah Allah, Jax Riveris. Do they have one last gasp? They'll get it in. They'll get it to Bruce McCrommon. Dribbles, drives, lays it in with 2 seconds left. Man, you talk about sports being a game of inches. There were a lot of hands around that basketball, and Mikkel Bruce McCrommon with enough handles right here. Aaron Webb all up in his business, able to get past the talented junior for Indiana and finishes at the rim, fearless. That's what you need from your guy. He'd been held scoreless the entire fourth quarter until the end. Oh my goodness, we're heading to overtime. Mom looks on, I think equal parts excited and stricken with anxiety. What a moment for her son. What else does he have in the tank? He's played every minute of this game tonight. Both him and Aaron Webb. I mean, it has really been such a fun game to watch between 2 just tremendously talented young men. A fist bump there. It's been nothing but sportsmanship throughout the game. 2 teams just leaving it all out there. And if you thought this crowd was bonkers before we got to this point, my goodness, the energy now has reached a fever pitch. And who else to take the opening tip of this extra frame? Number 1 and number 12. Gators come up with it. Bruce McCrommon over the right shoulder. That was a bit of hurried of a take. Both teams diving for the ball. I think they're going to say the Gators got the timeout while the ball was in Chris Settles' hands. Heady play by the Gators and their coaching staff to get that timeout called. Keep the possession here to start OT. Fouls do not reset here in the overtime period. The Indians are already in the bonus. The Gators will enter the bonus upon the next foul by Indiana. So we're going to see some free throws coming down the stretch here, should there be some whistles. Gators have done a decent job staying out of foul trouble individually. As you take a look there at the fouls on the floor. Great shot there from Adam Gusky. The big one to keep an eye on there, number 0, Ty Allison for Indiana. He has been matched up on Bruce McCrommon most of the evening. If he gets called for another, he will be disqualified, and they'll need another person to match up. Our talented number 12 for the Gators. Bruce McCrommon calling things out. He's able to get a screen, propels him open enough to get the ball. You could tell Bruce McCrommon wants the ball in his hands. The hesitation, the drive, short on the rebound, but he gets it back, puts it up, Can't get it to go, but he'll head to the line. Gators are in the bonus. And Bruce McCrommon's got a pair of free throws coming up here.
Indiana foul number 1, Aaron Webb. 2 shots.
What a monstrous rebound on the offensive glass by Bruce McCrommon, cleaning up his own miss. And Aaron Webb's got to be kicking himself. If he's able to high point that ball and come down with it, Indiana's going the other way, but he bobbled it, wasn't able to secure it before coming down, and Bruce McCrommon took advantage and knocks down the first of 2 free throws. Just the second and third free throws for Bruce McCrommon, who now has 21. Gets 1 of 2. Webb drives. Tough with the right hand. Beautiful take by Darius Webb. Just 7 points in this one, but those 2 the biggest of the night for him by far. Had a big and 1 in the second half. That fourth quarter. Settle scans his options, needs help. Finally able to get it to Bruce McCrommon. And a carry is called. Take another look. Another extra possession upcoming for Indiana off a Gateway turnover. You see right here, Bruce McCrommon will get the ball back. We'll have to revisit that. We're back at game action here. 1 point lead for Indiana. It's taken away. Isaiah Allah, who's had his minutes limited by foul trouble. Chris Settles, a jumper, off the mark. Now a trap in the corner. Underneath, it's Bruce McCrommon. Too easy, lays it up and in. Puts the Gators back in front. And now Bruce McCrommon down on the floor. Hopefully just some cramping. He has played every minute of tonight's game. You're talking about coming up on 34 minutes and counting. It does look like a cramp. How quickly can they get him worked out? Gators athletic training staff looking things over, and now they're looking at the leg. Bruce McCrommon, there you see they have the muscle gun out, working on that quad muscle on his left leg. How quickly can they get him back up and into action in the interim? And now an officials conference stands to benefit Bruce McCrommon as he gets himself stretched out. It'll be Nehemiah Nichols guarding Aaron Webb. They're going to go inside. The talented senior, he throws it up. Hook shot's no good. Ball still loose. Gators come up with it. Now do they slow it down? No, Viveris going to drive inside. Oh, that one went in and out, but he gets it back and puts it up and in. How did he get that? Viveris at 5'11", ripped that away from Darius Webb at 6'4". Now Aaron Webb, 3, hits the front iron. It's no good, but Indiana with the offensive board, the 3, oh, no good. Gators get it, ball loose, Jonathan Ward with it. Viveris, the length of the court to Isaiah Allah, and he's fouled on the floor. Shot will not count. Was a good call by an official who was standing there and saw it all. Take a look here at our beautiful shot from under the camera. You see right there, a little hack. That's a good foul if you're Indiana. And it's the third on number 13 for the Indians, Will Olson. As Bruce McCrommon working working, trying to get himself stretched out. Gators trying to add to this lead. Allah short on the first one, no doubt. Not in rhythm, having not played much of the night. Picked up those 3 fouls relatively early in the game. That's 7 on the night. Gets the second to make it a 4-point game. .110 left. And the Indians throw it away. Gators in transition. Now feels like the time to slow it down. And they will. Viveras foul. Going to be the 4th foul on Will Olson. Will send Viveras to the line, where he's 1 of 2 on the evening. Viveras can't get the first. The Gators, every time they've had opportunities where it feels like they're ready to take a hold of this game as the 5 seed, have just been unable to do so. Can't get either of them. Ball still loose. I think a foul is going to be called on Jax Viveras. It's going to be free throws the other way, so insult to injury for the Gators. Foul far away from the ball, and it's going to lead to an opportunity for 2 points here. Darius Webb will step to the free throw line where he knocked one down earlier. His only attempt of the night to finish a 3-point play. And look who's back. Mikel Bruce McCrommon. And the Gators fans are eating it up. Big second free throw for Webb to try and make it a 1-possession game, and it's short. And Chris Settles comes up with the board. Leaves it out for Bruce McCrommon. Gets past Aaron Webb, drives, floats, can't get it to go. Oh my goodness, how did that not go? Indians catch a break, but they give it away. Aaron Webb coughs it up. Viveras lays it up and in. 6-point game with 23 to play. Indians need threes. This is one of their guys. Can't get it. Olson off the mark. Ball still loose. What's the call? Going to be Gators ball, and the Gators faithful can feel it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay off the court at the end of tonight's game. Thank you for your cooperation.
The Indians desperately need a turnover here with 12 seconds left. They're not going to get it. They're going to call the dogs off, and the Gateway Gators will get it done. It took a little extra time here in overtime. Nothing but respect between these two incredibly talented players. Aaron Webb will get another shot at it next year as a senior for Indiana, and Mikel Bruce McCrommon, a senior this year, sees his Gateway Gators career, along with the careers of Chris Settles, Nehemiah Nichols, Isaiah Allah, and Jax Viveras. They will live to play another game. Student section going to mob the players as they come through the handshake line. Boy, was that a dramatic finish. It took everything the Gators had and then some. Bruce McCrommon played nearly every minute, but a cramp kept him out for about 90 seconds of overtime. The Gators actually were able to extend their lead during that overtime period. And they survive and advance. A tremendous tip of the hat to Andy Lansbury, his team, his staff at Indiana. What a game plan. What a performance. Aaron Webb led all scorers with 23 points. That young man is one to continue watching as he stacks up the Division I offers. But the Gators were able to get just enough tonight for Mikkel Bruce McCrommon, Jax Viveris and company to move on to the second round, where they will face the winner of the 4-13 matchup, Moon versus Penn Trafford. So, potentially a rematch of last year's first round postseason, Tigers versus Gators, or a Section 1 rematch between the Gators and the rivals from Penn Trafford, the Warriors. That will do it for our coverage tonight. For our talented crew, led by Adam Gusky, Lee Schaefer III, I'm Vince Russo. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you all so much. We'll see you the next time out here on NFHS Network. Good night, everyone.